Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Patriots Real-Time Podcast. I'm your host, Theo Diesnaus, joined alongside Austin Ray. But today we have a very special guest. Zach Ventola from Pats Today joins the show. Zach, how are you doing today?
I'm great, man. I'm excited. Glad to be on here. But how are you guys?
I'm good. Austin, how are you?
Can't complain.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one today. We got a Patriots win to talk about. We've never done a podcast on a Patriots win. We've been doing this for 6 weeks, so yeah. Some would say we were the bad luck charm, but now you can't say that anymore. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Patriots take down the Jets at Gillette Stadium, 25-22 for the first win at Gillette Stadium in 371 days. That's over a year. That's kind of crazy. But before we start talking about that game, we had some breaking news a few hours ago. Patriots defensive or outside linebacker Joshua Uche just got traded to the Chiefs for a 2026 sixth-round pick. Zach, when you saw the news, what was going through your head?
First of all, I knew it was a matter of when and not if with a Joshua Uche trade. A sixth rounder from a Super Bowl contender isn't ideal. It makes me wonder if they potentially told Uche that there are offers on the board from however many teams and let him pick the team, similar to how they did it with Matthew Judon earlier in the year. It was reported that he chose the Falcons over the Bears. So sixth rounder isn't the greatest compensation, especially a 2026 sixth rounder, but it is what it is, really. When you're in a rebuild, you kind of just want to get rid of pieces that you don't need. Uche, at this point right now where the Patriots are, they don't have much of a use for him, so getting any sort of compensation is good, I guess, even if it's not that much, but it's better than getting nothing, so that's really just where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw on the Pat McAfee show, but Belichick was talking about it a little bit. He was like, you were going to get a compensatory sixth from 2026, even if you just let him walk. I don't know how, I know it's Bill Belichick. I don't know if Joshua Uche would have been worthy of a compensatory pick just because he's not going to sign for that much.
I think that even if they would have been given a compensatory pick, I don't think a sixth round value is that far off. It maybe a seventh, maybe a sixth.
Yeah.
But the Patriots have $150 million in cap space for next year, something ridiculous like that. They're first in the league, or projected to be. When you have that much money, you are probably going to be signing a lot of free agents. When you sign a lot of free agents, you're not going to be getting comp picks. So they're essentially getting the compensatory pick without the risk of losing it because they're going to sign a bunch of free agents in that 2026 class or 2025 class.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Belichick just likes to hate on the Patriots. Yeah, I don't know.
No, dude, they got the win. Everyone was saying, oh, there's nothing he can say now. Belichick's going to be awfully quiet this week. And then they trade away Joshua Uche.
Yeah.
And he's back, or Belichick is back.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. I expected him to kind of just be like, the Jets, they just absolutely suck. Just give zero credit to the Patriots. I think he gave a little bit of credit, but yeah, he's a Patriot hater. But let's get into 2 up, 2 down. We're doing the same thing we did with Cadlick because there's 3 people. So, Zach, why don't you go first with your first up from the game?
My first up is going to be Christian Ellis. I thought that he was just everywhere yesterday on Sunday. He was just flying around, had that huge sack to knock them back out of field goal range, but really just I thought that he was playing incredibly, flying around. Really impressive game out of him.
Yeah, you look at the stats from Ellis. I believe it was 9 total tackles, something like that. It was good. Obviously I saw the sack, obviously, but I wasn't really. Obviously I was noticing him, but it didn't really come to mind that he had 9 total tackles. Similar to Hunter Henry when he had that 9-catch game. I'm like, wow, he had 9 catches or whatever it was. But yeah, I don't know. Austin, what was your first up?
Real quick, I just want to tag onto that.
Yeah.
Christian Ellis, he had a great game, but he did in the first quarter have that pass interference on Breece Hall that gave up the touchdown, which that sort of hurt because there was no Brees Hall didn't have a play at the ball, and
It's kind of
that
a
was
weak
just
call, though. I mean, like,
yeah,
I get what you're
100%,
saying, but
100%.
I'm not gonna hold that against him too
Yeah,
much
no,
because
yeah,
he did have a heck of a game. In
yeah.
my
Neither
opinion.
am I. He did play amazing. All right, my first is this one surprised me when I saw myself writing this down was Jacoby Brissett. I mean, man, to see him playing well after Drake May goes down, that shocked me. He had he threw for 132 yards, but that's in 3 quarters, which for him, that's really good.
Yeah. It- that's usually
Expectations
his
were low, but
yeah. That's usually his stat line from the whole game. So, 3 quarters. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious to put Jacoby on your list here. He just had a good game. He came in. This is where you want Jacoby Brissett. You don't want Jacoby Brissett to be your starting quarterback for 5 games. You want Jacoby Brissett to be there when your starting quarterback gets hurt because he's probably the best guy to have in that situation. But yeah, I also had Jacoby Brissett on my list. 15 for 24, 132, like you said. The throw to Kayshon Boutte was probably the best throw he had this season, over the middle with anticipation on it. It was with a guy in his face too. He stepped up into pressure. It was one of the best throws I've seen a quarterback make post Brady. And yeah, I really like Jacoby Brissett, and yeah, that's all I got.
And he also had what was it, 34 more yards than he had the entirety of the last game against the Jets. And that he played pretty much a full game against the Jets. And this,
Yeah.
it's just
Well,
awesome.
yeah, that was probably the worst quarterback play the Patriots have had. The offensive line was terrible in that game, but yeah, I don't know. The Jets kind of honestly, if we were doing when we get to the down list, I would have put the Jets on the down list, but we can't really do that. But Zach, what was your second up?
second one I had Vidarian Lowe. I mean, somebody who going into the season, I would say expectations were very low. Didn't even really think he would make the team. But he worked his way up to the starting job, has dealt with injuries, was plugged back into the lineup this week, and he did his thing out at left tackle. He is making me reconsider a little bit that the Patriots should potentially target a receiver in the first round of the draft, and that is a very early take. It is obviously still developing, but Vidarian Lowe could potentially be like a bridge left tackle type where the Patriots could get a tackle in the second round and try to get another one in the first round in 2026 while getting a receiver in 2025 instead of what is kind of expected right now with with a tackle within the top few picks of the draft. But I thought Lowe held his own. He's been having a great season when healthy. The issue is he hasn't been healthy that often, but yeah, that's who I got, Vidarian Lowe.
Yeah, I agree with you. Vidarian Lowe, he's had a solid season. Everybody, I don't know who it was. Someone on Twitter was like the best Patriots offensive line combo. It was a sarcastic post. Vidarian Lowe was in there. Yeah, I didn't really. Obviously, he was a turnstile last year at right tackle, but that's not his natural position. He's a left tackle. He's the only true left tackle on the team. He was the only true left tackle on the team going into camp outside of maybe Calvin Anderson. But yeah, I agree with you. I thought he was good. The offensive line as a whole was pretty good yesterday. Yeah, Vidarian Lowe. To talk about your draft take, I've been in the boat now for 2 weeks where I think they should trade back, take Tet McMillan, and then trade back up into the first round and take a tackle. I'm not sure who the guy is that I keep targeting. Forget his name, but yeah, and then take an edge rusher in the second round or whatever because that's definitely a need. Cornerback also a need, but I'm going to go with my second good here. I had the clutch gene. I probably should have put Christian Gonzalez on my good list here, but the clutch gene. Boutte, 2 huge catches after dropping however many balls before that. Brissett, the game-winning drive, and then Marcus Jones. I guess this isn't really clutch, but he was able to kind of just rally the troops coming out of the second half with a great punt return. The Ellis sack, like you mentioned, and then Ramondre could just punch it in, even if he maybe wasn't in. I'm not sure if we can confirm that he was definitely in. But, yeah, I thought the clutch gene.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, what was your second good?
My second good was the secondary as a whole. Like they didn't lock down Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson had his best game of the season, but they locked down Devontae Adams, which that They only let him get 50 yards. Everyone expected Devontae Adams to pop off this game, and they didn't let that happen. They let Aaron Rodgers. His performance from last game went down. He threw for 281 yards last time they played us, and they held him 233. It's not a 50-yard difference, not that much, but it definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, I think you should change it to Christian Gonzalez because Marcus Jones had probably the worst game of his career. He was going against a good.
I almost put Marcus Jones as a down, but the punt return made me kind of reconsider.
Yeah, I almost did too. I think probably we all did. He had his worst game, but yeah, Christian Gonzalez was probably his best game. No catches allowed, I think it was. So, yeah. Let's get to the down list. Zach, why don't you go first here?
I'm gonna keep it relatively simple. Receivers,
Mm-hmm.
wide receivers.
Yep.
You can't be dropping. I don't know the exact number, but however many passes they dropped, you can't be doing that as a
Yeah.
group of NFL wide receivers. It was a difficult watch, and on that last drive, they came up clutch a little bit, especially Kayshon Boutte, but that was a difficult watch for the most part. Of course, again, there
Yeah.
were a couple of pretty good plays, but 90% of the time, that was a very difficult watch.
Yeah, and especially you can't go into the game, and I know everyone didn't say it, but say, we're really good. I have the best hands in the league. Obviously, yeah, Jalen Polk wasn't playing, but yeah, I remember back in, I don't know, I was in Florida at the time. It was training camp. I posted something about how the Patriots were ranked number 32, and I was like, keep sleeping, and it was like and like Demario Douglas liked it, and like Jalen Polk and Javon Baker all saw it, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna be really good. No, they are the 32nd ranked wide receiver room in the league. Javon Baker wasn't out there, but I'm sure he would have had a drop. He does not have the greatest hands of all time, or really good hands at all. Austin, what was your first down if you didn't have the receivers?
Yeah, it was the receivers too. Like we all thought the receivers. We thought they were going to be a good team coming in. Everyone was like hyped because we just got Jalen Polk. We got a couple new guys.
I did not think.
You said
I
it.
did not think they were going to be a good team coming in.
No, the wide
When did I said they were going to be a
wide
good
receivers.
corpse?
The wide receivers.
Not good, but yeah.
They were not going to be
All right.
bad. You said. But
Yeah. Fair.
them,
Yeah.
it surprised me. It surprised a lot of people how bad they've been. A couple people in particular. I'm not trying to name names, Jalen Polk, but it's hard to watch. We have Drake May, and he can't really do much. Now he's got a concussion. It's not good.
Yeah, I had the receivers too. Bourne, he had a few drops. Boutte, he had a few drops. And then Tyquan Thornton on the best throw of the season from Drake May drops the ball. I was so mad. I haven't got that mad over something that happened just in life in a while. So, yeah, I was so mad at him because that's just like the play. Osborne, and now, well, I guess it wasn't Osborne's fault against the Commanders, but, it's just maddening. But, yeah, I think all three of us had that, so I'll go with my second bad. This is kind of just a ticky. You could go with 100 other things here, but I went with the announcers not talking about Drake May's injury until like way after, because I always have the announcers on my list for some reason, but I don't know. It's just you're the quarterback, the first round pick quarterback for the other team, for one of the teams that you're calling gets injured and goes to the locker room, and you don't talk about it until like 10 to 15 minutes after it happens. Like, even the Blue Medical tent, they could have said something about, because I saw it on Twitter 20 minutes before they said anything about the locker room. Honestly, that just pissed me off. I was like, when are they going to mention this? But maybe I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah. What was your second? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I think they talked about him. They said, "Oh, he's hurt." They're examining him for a head injury, and I don't know if there's much more you can say after that until you get to the full.
Well, yeah, they talked about him, but it was just late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Zach, what was your second down bad, whatever it was you want to say?
Can I give two more?
Oh yeah, you can
'Cause
for sure.
I had two coming into this, and you talking about that just made me think of another one. I'll start with that one. Gerard Mayo giving away Drake May's injury designation at the beginning of halftime. because we didn't know. Now, I wouldn't say it was obvious, but it was known that Drake May would probably be out for the game, but we didn't know that for a fact. So instead of sending the Jets into halftime where you're going to be making adjustments, thinking maybe it's Drake May at quarterback or maybe it's Jacoby Brissett, Gerard Mayo just says it, now everyone knows. And again, that official designation of, oh, Drake May has been downgraded to out didn't come until like a minute or two into the third quarter. So that was it's a little thing, right? It doesn't matter that much, and of course the Patriots won, so in the end I guess it didn't matter at all, but you have no reason to be giving that information away and giving the Jets 10 extra minutes to adjust their game plan to a completely new quarterback.
Yeah. Can I just say something real quick?
Yep.
I think what he was trying to say is that we're sticking with Jacoby, and not necessarily because he's been playing better than Drake May, but I think it was like I didn't think it was a good idea either. I actually didn't see it for some reason. I saw the tweets about it, but yeah, I thought he was just saying, we're sticking to Jacoby. Jacoby's going to be our quarterback now. I don't know why he said it. I think that was why he said it, though, just to try to just say Jacoby's going to be playing, which is a terrible reason now that I'm saying it.
He said specifically, like, Drake, maybe it was post-game, actually, but he did say, like, Drake is out. He didn't say...
Oh,
Jacoby's
then
out.
never mind.
He said
Yeah,
Drake
okay.
is out for the rest of the game. So,
Oh, well, I'm wrong then. Yeah. Never mind.
No worries,
Yeah, I guess,
but-
yeah, I don't understand it then. Yeah.
really no reason. And then my other one for downs, also another coach, Jeremy Springer. I think that special teams unit started out this season through the first 5 or 6 weeks as potentially the best unit in the NFL, and now these last couple of weeks there's been issues on return coverage. So again, it's just those little things that matter, and allowing big punt returns or big kick returns or whatever it may be, you can't let that get out of hand, and it kind of has over these last couple of weeks for the Patriots.
Yeah, and you can't forget, Behringer's punt got blocked. It was tipped at the line or whatever, but yeah, Austin, I kind of lost track, but did you say your last bad or whatever?
Not yet. This is
All right, go.
This is gonna sound stupid. It's a little nitpicky, but my last bad is not Drake May, but the way he protects himself. He's like the slide. He slid, but that I feel like he slid a bit too late. Like a bit like he's standing a yard away from two defenders. I feel you got to get down earlier. You're supposed to be the franchise quarterback. I love that he runs, but he's just got to get down a bit earlier.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a dirty hit though. But
definitely.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. Like, yeah, but yeah, I kind of agree with you.
I don't know how they missed that though for a
Yeah.
penalty, and how this far into the NFL, it's the 100 and somethingth season of football, and we still can't review penalties that are very clear safety things. I understand not being able to review a holding call or even a pass interference. I know that kind of got changed around a little bit, but that I could understand. Why can we not review a face mask? Why can we not review a helmet to helmet? The NFL preaches player safety so strongly. That is all that they seem to care about, until it comes to actually putting the safety of the players first in the game with reviewing a potentially dirty play. We've seen it, so it feels like we've seen it every week this season, and maybe we have, but with just blatantly missed face mask calls and now this blatantly missed helmet to helmet, these aren't things that are subjective. You could say, oh, a hold is subjective, whether he got his hands off in time, or PI is subjective, was he playing the ball or not. If you grab someone's face mask and twist their head off, that is not subjective. That is an objective penalty. If you dive into somebody helmet first while they're sliding and hit their helmet, that is not subjective. That is an objective penalty. So I know I just went on a little bit of a rant, but it is so stupid, in my opinion, as to why the NFL cannot just make this one simple change that will actually punish players properly, how it is written in the rules, for when the refs mess up and don't realize that the player did something that is very dangerous.
Yeah. I don't if that was called, and I don't know who that was for the Jets who hit Drake May, but that's potentially targeting because that's a defenseless receiver. Obviously, not a receiver. I don't know if that's technically going to fall under a targeting play, but he was going to the ground. He was sliding. I guess you can't really call him defenseless, but that's a personal foul. So yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to loop back around here to Joshua Uche. Um, I have a little bit of a rant that I have to talk about with Uche. Belichick, this wasn't what inspired this, but he said Uche was a good player, and obviously 22 was good. And everyone likes to say he benefited off Judon, and I agree with that. Like, when Judon's been out, he just hasn't been good. He wasn't good in 2020. 2021, he wasn't great. 22 with Judon, he was good. He 11 and a half sacks. The last 2 years, he's combined for 5 sacks. I don't care what you say. He's not a run stuffer. He's a third down kind of specialist, long passing situations. He's not a run stuffer, so it's not like you're getting production there. It's honestly not been good when he's out there with the run. He's being selfish, as people are talking. He wants to get that new contract, and he's just not filling the role that he's supposed to be doing. And the role that he's supposed to be doing is sacking the quarterback, and he's not doing a good job of that because he has 5 sacks, like I said, in the last 2 years, which from Bill Belichick's standpoint, the Patriots' best edge rusher has 5 sacks in the last 2 years. Keon White has 4 sacks this season, and he's not even having a great year. That is just, I don't know. I just can't be calling, I just don't think you can call Joshua Uche a good player.
It's also important to note that I think he will be much better on the Chiefs because, as you noted, right, he is a pass defender. Or he's great getting to the quarterback. He is poor in the run game.
Yeah.
The Patriots are a bad football team. They 4-13 last year, 2-6 up to this point this year. When you are losing by a lot of points in a game, the other team is going to be running the football a lot. So that it kind of boils down to that. The Patriots are going to be down a lot. Their opponents are going to be running the ball a lot, especially because their run defense has looked especially poor this year. So Uche really kind of lost his purpose in this defense with it taking such a step back.
Yep, completely agree with you there. But let's just shift topics. Austin, I don't know if he said this like during the show or before the show. I can't remember. He said he had something fun planned for us. So Austin, let's hear what this is.
All right. So I know Theo at least knows too much about the Patriots. Zach, I'm guessing you do too. So I have a little trivia game for you guys. Okay, they're hard questions. So it's 3 questions each, and the winner wins. All right, who wants to go first?
All right.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Just
I feel
why
like
not?
I'm about to get embarrassed. Like,
Yeah, me too. I know these questions are hard.
I haven't been like studying.
Yeah,
I school. I've been applying to colleges.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I know your questions because Austin told me them, but so I know they're not too. You got it. I don't know my questions, so I might be cooked. He said they were really hard, so.
I gave Theo at least one really hard one. All right, Theo, who did the Patriots play in Week 2, 2017?
Oh, the Saints.
How do you know
easy.
that?
That's so easy. That's just easy. That's so easy because I had a picture from that game because I went to Week 3 of that season, and in the program they have pictures from the previous week, and I put them up on my wall, so that's how I know that. And because that was an easy question.
That's okay. Yeah, all right. Zach, I got a question for you now. What pick was Gerard Mayo drafted when the Patriots drafted him?
Was it 10th?
Yes.
In that range. I know it was 10. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we got 1-1. Theo.
Now I'm nervous.
What was Jacoby Brissett's GPA in college?
Okay,
Bro.
what?
Bro.
Hey, Theo gave me the inspiration for this. Theo gave me the inspiration for
Okay,
this.
I have no idea. GPA in college, where do you even go to college? I don't remember.
You said you were
Um,
gonna look up
How'd you
every player's
find
college
this?
GPA.
yeah, but I didn't. So, I looked up Drake Mays and Tom Brady's high school GPA just to see. They were not great students, by the way. Jacoby Brissett, NFL quarterback. If I get this right, let's go like 3.4 or something like that.
One
No.
away.
Uh,
3.5.
wow. Okay, so I got it wrong.
Don't
But
ask me about a GPA.
You got no GPAs. You got no GPA questions. I promise.
Good.
bro, how was I supposed to know that?
All right, Zach. Who injured Tom Brady in the 2008 game against the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 1?
Oh, I should know this. And I do know it, but I'm not going to be able to think of it. Oh, I can't think of it.
Just take a guess.
Dude, I'm not going to be able to get the name. I really won't. I don't have it.
All right, it was Bernard Pollard.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
1-1. It all comes down to the final question. Theo, this one might be a little bit too easy.
Oh, too easy. Oh, let's go.
No, it's not that easy, but you're probably gonna get it. What was the name of Patriots Stadium
Okay.
from 1971 to 2001?
Foxborough Stadium. Too easy.
I
That was
knew-
too easy.
I knew that was too easy. That's my bad, Zach.
It is the name of Drake May's great uncle's
Yeah.
lost.
What's the middle name of his great uncle's sister?
I don't know.
All right, Zach. This is a 2-point question. Actually, this has 2 parts.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I didn't give Theo one of these because
Oh.
Theo.
Oh, I know this
Theo-
question.
Yeah, I told Theo this.
Okay.
All right, Zach. Who was the highest rated player from the Patriots in Madden 25 when it was released?
Was it Jonathan Jones? No?
Take one more guess. One more
Wait,
guess.
was it? Okay, when it was released. I'm trying to think. When was it released? That's
It
my first
was
part. Because it could be Judon.
August 14th through 19th or something like that.
Okay.
No? What?
Man, Matt.
No, I'm saying it wasn't Judon. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying. It's got to be like a veteran because they hate young players.
Yeah.
I would have thought it's Jonathan Jones. Is it Jabril?
It is,
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. For a bonus point to win,
Yep.
what was his rating?
80. Okay, I think Jonathan Jones was like an 86, 85, 86. So I'll say he's around there. I'll say 87.
Zach, you win.
There we go. I didn't know the important questions, but I knew the ones about Madden, so I'll take what I can get.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, Zach. You're the winner of
Thank you.
Patriots Real-Time Podcast Trivia.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
Okay, I can't believe you asked me about Jacoby Brissett's GPA.
And I got asked about like the most. I should have had all of mine. I'm embarrassed for myself that I couldn't get those. But
I can't even remember my third question.
It was Patriots
It was
Stadium
Foxborough
from
Stadium.
1971.
Oh yeah, right. Foxborough Stadium, right. Yeah, the blue walls at Foxborough Stadium. Okay. Yeah, so technically, I mean, we just had you on here to talk some Patriots, but I mean, technically this could be an interview. I had some questions planned for you. Just some whatever. I don't know. But so, I run an Instagram account. You both follow it, Patriots3. But you also run an Instagram account, pats.today. When and why did you start your account?
what was that? It cut out for 1 second.
Oh,
When
sorry.
and what?
When and why did you start Pats Today?
When and why? So I started it on, I want to say March 3rd, 2019. It
Okay,
was
so-
sometime early March, maybe March 2nd, 2019.
Mhm.
And I'd always loved the Patriots. I've been going to training camp in the summer every day since I was 2.
One of your next questions.
There we go. Wow, that was easy. See, I'm like extra credit right here. But yeah, so I've been going every day since I was 2, and going to training camp and all these events. Of course, I'll run into a bunch of reporters, talk with a bunch of people, and being 11 years old at that time, or 12 years old, or I don't know. I don't want to do the math on that, but however old I was, just scrolling through Instagram on my own account and seeing like, oh, these Patriots accounts are pretty cool. I might as well just start one and try to show off my passion and grow. And I'd always kind of, or not always, but I'd known I'd want to be a journalist. So I figured this is a good first step, and it's kind of paved the way for that. So that's the when and the why.
Yeah. And I know you didn't ask me, but I'll just say why I started my account, because why not? Yeah, I started mine in December of 22, and I was like scared. Like, I don't want to say scared, because I'd had like baseball accounts before, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this. Then the season ended, and I was like, it was January 9th, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for this. So my first post, I literally, compared to now, zero knowledge of the team. Obviously, I had knowledge of the team more than, the average person, but zero. Like, I was like, didn't know many people. I mean, I knew the starters. We'll say that. Now I know everyone, but and whatever. But yeah, I was like, what did I say? It was like new. My first post was about news and Cliff Kingsbury, which is kind of odd. But yeah. So and then I don't know. Why I started it, and I'm asking myself a question here, but I started it because I wanted to have a Patriots account, and I kind of did have a Patriots account. Before, like, when did I have a Patriots account? In the middle of the 2022 season, it was like 2 games I did it, and I was like, I'm done. But yeah, and I've kept up with it, which I like, and it's pretty fun too. But yeah, I like it. I like making rants and stuff, and yeah, just like connecting with players and stuff, which is really cool. And just other accounts like met you, and yeah, Usain Bolt liked my post today, so that was pretty cool.
Sick. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which one? What was it about?
It was about Belichick, so I actually collabed with Belichick Dynasty,
Yeah.
this guy. And yeah, so now we have 1 million views on the post, which is crazy, but the real.
Congrats.
Yeah, so, yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's my most viewed post, but anyways, what was I talking about? Why I started the account? I don't remember.
Yeah, the why.
Yeah,
So now,
okay.
hold on. I got one new question. Austin,
Oh,
when
okay.
are you starting yours?
Oh,
I mean, I'm fine with just the podcast. I don't want to rival Theo. Theo
okay.
would not be afraid to take me down.
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah. But yeah, there was other like accounts like specifically Gillette Nation that I always really liked. And now he follows me, which is really cool. But that was probably one of the reasons also, because I wanted to be like him. He was my inspiration. Yeah.
He's great. He's great.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into the next question. So when we were DMing a few months ago, I had to look back at the DMs. You said you had like 80 plus Patriots jerseys or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
how? How do you have, like, I have like 40, and I feel like I have a lot, but you have double mine. It's kind of how?
So you have to take into account that I've been a huge fan since I was 2. So those jerseys are not. I don't have 80 jerseys that fit me.
Yeah, oh, neither do I. I don't have 40. 20 of them are from like 2014.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And of course, every year there's. Well, first of all, like, I grow. And second of all, every year, 3 new players who I got their jerseys are gone. Or, like, last year, Christmas, I got. Exactly. Last year, like, Christmas, I got Pop and I got Gonzo. And then 3 months later,
That's
they
actually
changed their numbers. So,
same.
So that was awesome. And I think I got one more. I forget who it was, or maybe not. I might have gotten one where the player left, but I don't think so. Point is, you always have to like keep refreshing, and
Yep.
I've had so many just from loving the team for so long. Where if you get a few, I guess the math isn't really mathing there. 80 divided by the 15 years I've been a fan, 6.
Yeah, 6.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, two or three for birthday, same amount for Christmas, and builds from there. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. And there are some that are, whether it's different players or different type of jersey. Like I have Brady and Edelman high school jerseys. I
Oh,
have like
high school.
signed jerseys, stuff like
Yeah.
that where uh or home away throwback salute to service
Hmm.
color rush back when
Oh yeah.
that existed. uh it keeps going. It's like a never ending spiral of just keep getting jerseys and then the players leave, keep getting
Yeah.
more jerseys. So
Yeah. Don't worry. I always plan out how many I can get. From whatever it is. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting a Marte Mapu this year. That's my. But like, do you know the Patriots jerseys are all sold out? Have you seen that in like sizes? The home jerseys, they're all.
I don't like look at them to be honest. I just kind of um think like, oh, I want a jersey of so and so player. I don't really like go on
Oh.
Patriots Pro Shop or Fanatics or whatever it may be. But they do always seem like they're sold out like around the holidays. But also like if I live 20 minutes away from Gillette,
Yeah.
I know that they're able to, if you go to the pro shop and you say, hey, I want a jersey of
Right. They customize. Yeah.
even like somebody random. If it's someone on the team, they will just make the jersey right in front of you.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so, yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. You have any like cool guys that are just I know because you DM me that you had Brandon King. I got like Stephen Ridley, Brandon Bolden. Those are my randoms. I got maybe Brendan Schooler we can throw in there, but
Brandon Schooler. That's a sick one. Yeah, my probably two most random are Brandon King and Obi Melifonwu. I got those from like a contest,
oh
where it was like win dinner with them at some like steakhouse. Won that and they like it was with Sean Stellato, but before like
I know that guy.
the like Italian
Yeah, yeah.
agent.
Tommy DeVito's agent.
Yeah. So it was actually with him, but it was like 5 years ago before he was like this super famous
Yeah.
agent that he is now. He represents all of those guys. So yeah, it was a contest like put on by them. Won a dinner at a steakhouse. Got some signed jerseys of the players. Trying to think of other random ones that I have. Like, I mean, it's not super random, but I bought a Zoe one to get signed, and he was a super cool dude. I asked him to write unicorns and ponies, or unicorn show ponies, where's the beef? He wrote that on there for me, so
Yep.
that might be, I have a Tom Brady signed jersey. I have a Julian
Wow.
Edelman signed jersey, but that Zolak one might be my favorite just because it is hilarious, getting the unicorn show ponies inscription. But
Yeah. All right, we're staying on the track here. Last question that I have of autographs. We're talking about training camp now. So you said you've been to every single training camp practice since you were 2, which I was going to say a year, but I don't know when that was. So me and Austin, we went to, I went to 3, he went to 2 this year, which is the most. That was like, I've been to like 2 before that, so I went to more this year than any before. But do you think, number 1, do you think me and Austin should go to every single practice this year? And number 2,
yes.
me and Austin cannot drive. We are 15 years old. How do you get to training camp every day?
Well, how far away do you live?
We live like 30 minutes away. It's not that bad, but
Yeah. So, I am 17. I should be able to drive, but I cannot. I have my permit. I don't have my license. And for the 15 years prior, it's been the same thing. I live about 25 minutes away. My parents have gotten used to it at this point. Just shuttling me to Gillette Stadium, going home, letting me wait in line for 3 hours, or not as long in recent years because no one has been going to training camp, but wait in line for a couple of hours, watch practice for a couple of hours, get autographs for a little while, and then they'll drive back, shuttle me back home. So that's what it is for me, is just my parents. I'm lucky enough that they are able to do that and that they are willing to do that because, in all honesty, like, they have no reason to
Yeah.
do that. Like, they don't really have to. But
Hmm.
I'm lucky that they are willing to do that every day. Wake up early, drive to Gillette, drive back home, and then come back later in the afternoon. So that's all it is for me, is legitimately my parents. That's all.
Yeah. Do you go by yourself usually? You'll just go by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
All right.
in
Maybe next year when me
cases,
and Austin. Yeah, when me and Austin go, we'll sit next to you.
for sure.
So yeah. Where you usually sit?
I can save you a seat too, or well,
Oh
seats.
yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, I go all the way down. You know where like the ADA tent is?
Yeah, like all the way down on the bleachers.
I go close to that. I go in like that section or the next section
Hmm.
further. This year, so I did that every day this year except for one. On the Eagles joint practice day, I tried the grass, the hill. I guess I didn't do that every day because I had VIP for a couple days. But
Mm.
every day I was in the general area. I was in that bleacher section. Except for the Eagles practice, I went to the hill, and I think the hill is very good when it's not busy.
Yeah.
But like when it's those middle of the week August practices where like no one's gonna be there, I think I'm probably gonna go to the hill more. But
Yep.
going to it on that Eagles joint practice day when there were tens of thousands of people, it was probably the worst experience I've had at training camp in a while. Just because so much pushing. I mean, I do my best to listen to security because
Hmm.
I'm there every day. I don't want to make enemies with the people who are also there every day and who have
Yeah.
the power to kick me out or I'm trying to be a good person there, essentially.
Hmm.
So I try to listen to security when they're saying, "Hey, don't push up against the rope." If you guys have been to
Yep.
training camp, you know there's a rope
Yep.
separating
The
like
rope.
the field from
Yep.
the fans. Don't push up against the rope or don't walk onto this part of the field this far, whatever. But when I did that on that Eagles joint practice day, I quite literally, no joke, I got pushed back from the first row to the sixth row.
Wow.
So, and like half of my stuff that I had with me, like stuff I wanted to get signed or whatever, got like trampled.
Oh,
And
that sucks.
yeah, so the hill I think is going to be. I'll probably go there for some practices next year that aren't as busy, but on busier days, from my limited experience of being on the hill, I think that the bleachers are going to be the place that I go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time when we go on the hill, I'm definitely. Oh, Austin, go ahead. What were you saying?
When me and Tito went, we went to the joint practice as well. We got there only like an hour before practice. That was a rookie mistake. We were like 3,000 people back in
Yeah.
line.
I got there. I
But
got there at 5 a.m. I think, if I'm remembering
Jesus.
correctly. I was the
Yeah,
first.
you were DMing me there, and you sent me a picture of you with Jonas Gray.
Oh yeah, I forgot I met Jonas Gray. Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
cool dude. I
Yeah.
like Jonas Gray.
I, yeah, but yeah, we sat on the hill, or we sat on the hill when we went to the season ticket practice, and that was good.
Yeah.
But I did feel like we were under the rope because we were in the first row. But then, yeah, when we went to the Eagles, we were sitting on the bleachers, and
Yeah.
yeah,
we somehow got second row.
we
I don't
somehow
know
got
how.
second row. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought I like jumped because you have to like go and like jump and stand and wait for autographs when you're on the bleachers.
Yep.
And honestly, we just stayed sitting on the hill, and just everyone else was standing around us, and we were the only people sitting
Yeah,
until the people came over.
I had a lawn chair. I was chill,
Yeah.
and it was really funny because the people in the first row at the beginning of practice were standing, and
Oh yeah.
they almost caused like a civil war in the hill section because the people in the first row just wanted to stand and like have a better view of practice and not sit. I think it would rain the night before, so like the grass was wet. They didn't want to sit on that, And the people in like the rows behind were just screaming at them to sit down because they're already in the first row. Well, I'm just like chilling in my lawn chair, like laid
Yeah.
back, I'm having a great time. So yeah, if you go on the hill, lawn chair, necessity.
Yeah.
Just lay it out and you have a great day for watching practice.
Yeah. When we went on the hill, I felt like there was like 100 different things that I had around me that were all mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely going on a lawn chair next time. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah. So hopefully we can get to every practice next year. I don't know how the car situation's gonna go. Maybe Austin needs to learn how to drive a little bit. Austin, because I'm very young. My birthday's in August. I don't know when Austin's birthday. I think Austin's birthday's in June. Austin, when's your birthday?
It's May, so I'll be able to
May.
drive you. I'll be able to drive you actually.
Well, you'll have your
Around
permit.
there?
You won't have your license.
Yeah. I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
no,
gonna
oh
be
yes.
legal to
I
drive me.
won't have my license
Yeah.
yet.
You gotta be 16 and a half. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh man, but anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll carpool. There's 4 parents among us. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this episode. You want to follow Zach on Instagram, Pats Today, me, Patriots3, Austin Ray. Follow the podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and follow his podcast, Pats Nation Nightly, wherever you get your podcast. So yeah, thank you for coming on, Zach.
Of course.
We'll
Thanks
see.
for having me. I had a great time.
Yep, we'll see you. Me and Austin will see you on Saturday.